Hi everyone, so this is card number 6 for my wedding card series, and like I said on my last video, I'm not going to be using any dies for this card. So what I've got out, you can see the contrast between the colours. These two pieces here, so I'm using card base from Kanban and also this for my insert, because I had a few questions with regards to how I finish off the inside of a card. So I'm going to show you with this insert, and this is from Kanban and the collection is called Shabby and Chic Paper Craft Collection from Kanban, and I've had it for a long time, and I've also had this for ages. It's one of the older Prima collections called Almanac, so I'm using one of these note cards, and when I go to buy Prima papers I always tend to get the coordinating note cards, only because they're just quite versatile and you get quite a few designs with these. And the older packs have really nice edges, like this is the one I'll be using, so it's a really nice framed edge, so I'll be using this as well. So I'm just going to get started and show you. So I've prepped my card base. This is an A6 card, and it's going to be a landscape card, and it's this purple and white polka dot card, and these are 350 GSM card bases, or cards rather, which I've made into my card base. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've taken one more of the papers from the same Kanban collection, and it's this really pale peachy pink, and that's going to be my first layer. And I'm just going to create a shabby kind of an edge on this, and I'm just using the edge of my scissors just to create some tears and some rough excuse me, rough edges on that. And I don't mind if I get tears in it, it just adds to that shabby look. Shabby, distressed look. And the colours on this have gone slightly, I don't know, purple with some vintage tones. I think looks really nice, so I'm kind of gearing away from my usual pinks, so that's why I've gone for that purple card base. And just probably a bit more here, and this is going to just sit here. So the bits that I've already just torn slightly, I'm just going to go in and make it a bit more obvious that it is ripped. Then turn the corners a bit, give it that worn kind of a look. Do the same on this corner, and then maybe I need a bit of something here, so looking a bit too perfect, so that's that, and that's going to sit here. So I'll be using some double-sided tape, and this is finger lift tape, which means it's easy to take off because the backing doesn't go right to the edge, so it's easy to just tear and put on. Okay, so I think I want my flowers to the bottom, and then just as best as I can, I'm just gonna kind of centralize it. Just lift off that corner a bit, and that's how that looks. And then on top of that I want this beautiful note card, and that's just gonna sit in the middle here. And for this I'll be using some foam tape just for a bit of dimension. And the flower that I've picked out for this is from, oh, I purchased it a long time ago. It's this company owned by this lovely lady, Doreen, and it's called Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, and she's still up and running. I'll put the link below to Ooh La La Vintage Treasures if you're into like the vintage lace and embellishments, because she makes beautiful kits, and I purchased these a good few years back, so I'll show you that in a sec as well. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of wet glue to the back of my foam. My glue stuck. So I always do this, like I keep saying, only because I I don't like the idea of eventually the glue drying out off the adhesive and they just fall off. So this will hold it in place for much longer. So making sure my note card is the right way up, just going to put this down here and just give me a tiny bit of dimension there. Excuse me. So the next thing I want to do is just show you the flowers that I'll be using. So this is Doreen's Ooh La La Vintage Treasure flowers, and she makes really nice bouquets. I'm sure she still does them. Like I said, I got these a very long time ago and I've been hoarding them. So this beautiful vintage looking one, which has been tea dyed, looks really nice against this, so I'll be using this. I've also got a petaloo flower, which is like this grey purple colour, which looks really nice with the back of the card. I've also got some jute twine. I've got a bit of fabric if I want to fray it and use it. We'll see if we do later on. And then I've also got these chipboard pieces here, and this is the company it's from. And again, I've had these for a very long time as well, and I'm sure you can get hold of these chipboard flourishes online wherever you are. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put these to one side, and I'm going to get out a couple of these and slightly paint them. So I'm just trying to see which is the prettiest, and there's quite a few in this pack. I like this one and I like a bit of this one. So these you can tear and rip and use how you want, because it is just laser cut chipboard, almost like balsa wood chipboard. So I'm going to put these on some paper and I'm going to just slightly gesso them, just ever so slightly, just to make them a bit more lighter. So I'm just going to grab, so I've got loads of these paintbrushes from the pound shop. There was like a whole bundle, so I figured these would be really great for stippling on a bit of paint onto items like this. And they're so inexpensive and they just do the job really well. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm not going to smooth it out because I want a bit of that texture. So I'm just going to dab it on like this, giving me a bit of texture. And this is the Heavy Gesso by Finnabair. So because it is heavy, that texture will hold. Let's get this done. And then I'm just going to leave this to a side for a second. I've just lightened it up, that's all I've done, just slightly lightened it up. Okay, so that's just going to sit to the side for a sec. And whilst this sitting to the side, just let that dry, I'm going to do the insert before I finish the top. So this is an A6 card and this is an A4 piece of paper. So this is also included in most craft kits in the UK, and I'm sure in the US and other places as well. So all I'm going to do is fold this in half to create my A5. And what I want to do is use this as my main sentiment, but I also want to use this for the top of the card as well. So this is give me the center point of the sentiment, which is already on there. So this is perfect for an A5, and I'm just going to eyeball it and cut it out. So roughly about here. So I'm just going to make it a tiny bit smaller than the actual card size. Do the same here. So I'm going to mark it off just a bit smaller than the card size again. And then I'm going to take a bit off the edge here, just so that it fits in there. So let's hope that all fits in. And when you open the card, it will say enjoy your special day, just there, so that's going to sit here, and then this top part here with the roses, that'll sit in here, so that'll finish the inside of my card. So let's put these on before I finish the top. And again, I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. So you can finish the inside of your card however you want. You can also use some stamps to make it pretty. You can just use whatever you like. I like using inserts or pretty paper, and inserts like this from Kanban, it's already got the sentiment printed on, and a lot of kits have inserts, so it's a good way to use them. And you don't always have to stick to your traditional A5 size, because the A4s are designed to go into A5 cards, but you can do whatever you like and cut them up however you want. And then this piece is going to go onto the top. Like that. And that will finish the inside of the card. So now the inside is done, I'm going to finish off the front. So the reason I did the inside first, because I'm going to be sticking a lot of stuff on the front right now. So let's get onto my flowers. So I want my cluster kind of up here, and I've also done my sentiment. Now I've shown you on another video where I've actually just printed off some words on my computer and just says congratulations on your wedding day. So here it says wishing you both a beautiful life together, and I've just put it on some card and snipped the corners off to create a banner tail, and that's going to go somewhere here as well. So you don't always have to use dies or stamps, you can print out your own sentiments as well. So I'm going to put that here. I've got this, I've got my flower, and I'm just thinking, do I want to use a bit of this? Maybe I do. So I'm just going to grab some scissors to cut this fabric, and this is like cheesecloth style material, and I've had it for the longest time. So I'm just going to tear it in bits to give me some frayed pieces and make it look nice and aged. Get rid of some threads here. So that's given me two tiny pieces of frayed material, cheesecloth. More off here, so that's give me them. So before I put this, I want to see where I want these little pieces that I've just lightly painted, because I wanted something going across here, and I also like the smaller one that I've done. So let's get this off. And like I said, I can actually go in and break this off if I wanted, which I think I'm going to do, and have it overlapping here. So let's get these stuck on. So on the back of these, I'm just going to add some wet glue, and again just use them like you would do with a die, and blob on glue on the thicker areas where it's easy to put the glue on. And I'm going to have this like that, a jaunty angle. Then I've got this piece that I want to add. So I'm not too fussed, because there's going to be flowers going on top of here, so I'm not being too careful with the glue, because I know there's going to be other things going on. I'll have this overlapping here, and that's how that's looking. Then I'm going to add this. Now I'm not too keen on this dark ribbon here, so I think I'm just going to chop them off, and I probably want it like that maybe. So yeah, I think I want it like this. So I'm going to add some hot glue, just a big blob of hot glue. I'm going to add this material here first, just to soften it up, a bit more facing that way, and then some more glue on top of that, and then I'm going to sit this there like so. careful not to burn yourself when you're using hot glue. I've also got the leftover of this bit, so I think probably have that just peeking at the bottom. And then I'm going to have this flower just there. So it is pretty dimensional when you think about all the, you know, flower sizes and the depth of the flowers. So that's just going to sit here, and I'm just going to hold that into place for a sec. And I really like these vintage looking flowers. That's how that's looking. So I'm just going to hold that in a bit longer. And because they're on wire, these leaves and flowers, you can always move them around. Okay, and then I have got this which I want to use, so I'm going to create probably a double bow because I love my double bows. So I'm just going to make a quick little bow. Give some shape, cut off the ends. We have this to the end here. I'm going to put this on with hot glue, and then the last thing to do is put my sentiment on. Now let's see where I want this. Do I want it further up here? I think that looks quite nice. And this little pearl is quite annoying me, so I'm just going to snip that off. I think that looks quite nice there. Oh yeah, I think I want it just there, tucked under there. And because it's going onto some chipboard, I'm just going to add some hot glue, or should I add some foam pads? Oh, I can't decide. So I'll give it a little curve like this because it's on card, and I can actually give it some shape and add hot glue here and here and have it just slightly raised in the middle, which looks fine as well. So I think I'll do that, so it gives the banner a bit more shape. So all I'm going to do is add a bit of hot glue to either end, and that way it can be here and here with a tiny bit of lift in the middle, which looks quite nice like that. And then one last thing to do is I'm going to add some gesso to just lighten it up a bit. I'm going to add a bit of glue here to hold this flower down. That looks really adorable. And then the last bit of shabbiness is going to come from some more of that gesso, but I want to cut off a bit more of the tail of this little bow. That looks better. And then I'm going to go in, take the excess off, and just lighten it up a bit where it needs to be, and then a bit on the bow. And you've seen me do this a lot of times. It just makes a lot of difference to the depth and how it looks. And looks a bit more artsy as well. Tiny bit here, and I think that is it. So this will finish card number 6, and I will have one more card for you. And this one came out really cute. I hope you enjoyed this video. So I've not used any dies on this, and it's come out really cute, and I'll show you the inside again as well. It says on your special day, and on the top says wishing you both a beautiful life together. So a perfect card for any couple on their special day. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.